Hi, welcome to the summer semester of 2021 and this class, which is the Adobe Illustrator class. I'm going to show you a picture of me in a minute and something really important to me, but I just want you to go over this first day handout, which is included in the email that I'm sending you right now. And it's not 100% perfectly complete because I'm adding things still, but I just want to zoom into this for a second and just kind of introduce you to this class. And we're going to go through this in a minute, okay? But in the meantime, I want you to see, and I'm recording this movie in our RV, so there may be noises outside, so just, it's okay. And I'm going to open up Photoshop here because I want you to see our new grandson. It's actually our first grandson. So here's Photoshop, and here is our new grandson, and that's me. So his name is Remy, R-E-M-I, short for Remington Dean Sorial. And I just wanted you to see it. You'll hear my dog bark a few times, so that's okay. I want to stress the importance of a few things in this class that are more important than what you think I'm going to say. Okay, but I also wanted you to see this, so let me close this and click here and start this little movie, although you won't probably hear anything. I just want you to see that we spent the last 3 days with this little guy. He's 6 weeks old now. Actually, yesterday he was 6 weeks old, and he is the first grandchild for either side of my wife or myself. I have a new wife, a new family. I live in Colorado, and I just wanted you to see that it's so important. Okay, and now I will close this, and we are going to go through a little bit of a journey in a second. I want you to see this number on the first day handout. If you have a problem on Monday morning getting into the class, please call this number and just tell them you're having a problem getting into your class. Okay, 877-362-2662. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so let me hit Command 0 or Control 0 and then zoom in a little bit. And I'm on a Mac. This class is, and now all my tutorials should say Mac and PC quick keys. But let's go into Firefox or any browser that you have, and I'm going to load the class in and show you what I'm talking about. So as I go into my MACA here, when you click and log into my MACA right there, you're going to get a menu that is down here, right? So let's go all the way down to Canvas right there. See it? It's on the left hand side, and I'm clicking it. So now in the Canvas class, that same number that I just gave you, if you have any problems or any questions, look down here at the bottom. It's that same number that I'm just highlighting right there. Okay, so give them a call. But over here you have icons. Okay, now I have a lot of courses that are here, but over here you have icons, and this icon right here is to your class, MACA 1200 V0801, 8 meaning 8 weeks. And that's what I want to talk to you about. So in this class, everything is there, and I put modules right on the top here, okay? Because modules is where you get all the files, all right? And you pretty much only need to really go to grades and modules and assignments. But you don't even need to go to assignments because it's in modules. So I'm going to click modules, and I'm going to show you that I have an opening announcement that if you click that, you get the same stuff that's in the first day handout. Here are the weeks for the class. Now I want to stress this is an 8-week class. Normally fall and winter are 16 weeks. So we have stuffed, compressed, capsulized 16 weeks of information into 8. Now that's what I want to talk to you about. Okay, remember that I want to let me go back to modules and get back to what I was going to say, because I haven't even shown you what I want to show you about Illustrator. And this, remember, this is just to get you in this class and starting out. So Brian Sorial introduction movie to all the classes. It's actually what you're watching right now. The assignment list is important. Okay, so I'm going to download the assignment list right now. So it's just a PDF, and if you click that, you can click this upper button right there, and then we will go download the PDF to our screen, and it should be on the screen right now. Yes, it's right there. So I'm not going to read it from here. I'll actually open up the PDF. But back to modules. So in modules is where you get everything. You see week one? Week one, and don't be overwhelmed by all these movies. They're only 4 or 5 minutes long, not even that sometimes. And they're of basic shapes. So to draw in Illustrator is absolutely super important. Okay, but let me get, and I am going to cover that. I just want to make this an informal introduction movie and let you know something very, very important to me, so that you need to keep in mind all semester long. So in doing that, I'm going to open up this again, which is your first day handout. Okay, now let's go through it, but in a very quick way, and in a weird way. I'm going to go all the way to this red lettering down here, and I want to expand this on the screen, and I want to read it with you. Okay, so this is what I want to read, and this is now, after I read this, hopefully you'll know me. Okay, so I say the summer semester is a shortened 8-week time frame. The weekly assignments above are usually spread over a 16-week semester. Please, see it? Remember that I am not focused on grades, only learned skill. Portfolios are based on skill and content. And I'll add something right now. Jobs are based on portfolios. Period. Try to execute. You hear that? Try to execute the weekly assignments based on this above schedule that I'll go through in a few seconds, okay, or minutes. Knowing fully that I understand it may be overwhelming for you. So just let me know at any time if you need more time on any or all assignments with no points off. We can work after. Do you know how many students I work with after the semester is over to finish content? And notice I didn't say assignments, because if you take each weekly project, notice I didn't say assignments, that we're doing, they can be portfolio quality. If you hurry them, you're not going to want to put them in your portfolio. Some of you have never been in Illustrator. Some of you have been in Photoshop and Illustrator, and you're already proficient and pretty fast. Some of you aren't. This class is made for both of you. We can work after the semester is over to build and execute any of the missing assignments. And I even say, okay? I should have had a question mark there. And not because you are required to complete a set list of assignments because this is a college class. Rather, you need to focus. You need content for your portfolio presentation package. And then I say this, and I want to zoom in even closer. There are 3 important items that all multimedia students need to understand throughout their training journey. Now read it with me. Portfolio, 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 which is what I'm going to show you, that I have my portfolio ready to kind of show you. Clients, art directors, and employers only care about your portfolio, your reel, or your skill. Grades are important. Yes, they are. But they take a back seat to skill, content, and creativity. Now let's just go through the weekly assignments real fast. This week 1 course, let me move this over. This week 1 corresponds to this week 1. Got it? So in here, always review this. Have this available to you. And what I should do is open up this PDF over here, because I want you to see this too. So that the week 1, do you see here how it says the tool palette quiz is due at week 1 and the guide to pen and path assignment? There's 2 assignments, and I'll zoom into this. So there's 2 assignments, and let me move this over. And that is a person driving by in our, I'm trying to move this over. Okay. That is a person driving by in the RV park that I'm at. So your job is to draw out all of these shapes for week 1 and 2, because I'm giving you 2 weeks on this assignment, because drawing paths in Photoshop, well, it is in Photoshop, the same technique. Drawing paths in Illustrator is absolutely mandatory that you understand the simplicity of paths. They're going to seem very difficult at first. So in week 3, you begin guide 3. Okay, guide 1 is the tool test, which I'll try to show you. Guide 2 is the pen and path. Guide 3 are the music icons. When are they due? At the end of week 3. If you don't have them done at the end of week 3, it's okay. It's all right. Don't hurry them to get them in. You guys have jobs. You have lives. You have this COVID that we're coming off of. Hopefully it'll be off of. And life will be back to some kind of reasonable stuff. But what I'm trying to say is I know you have a lot on your plate. So if you only get through a set of these assignments, I don't like assignments, projects, and it's the end of the semester, that's okay. I won't downgrade you if you show me effort. Did you hear that? I will not downgrade you, and I mean that. I will not if you show me effort, because we can complete them after the semester is over, and I have a perfect technique to show you how to do that. In fact, I'm going to add, go to my YouTube channel right now, and I want you to see something. On my YouTube channel, right here, I have playlists. So in my YouTube channel, here is the, let me click playlists. And you see how you have the Adobe Illustrator playlist. Well, if you click that, I'm going to have to stop me from talking here.
I have your file in front of me. And
okay. All the movies that for Adobe Illustrator are here. They're all here. You can have them after the semester is over. Well, where do you get the asset files? Where do you get all the stuff that's in Canvas modules? Okay, so let me move this over and minimize this for a second and go to here. Okay, so where do you get, like, when you need to get the files for Guide 2, you see how there's an asset zip? You see how in week 3 here, you need all the files? Look, there's a music icon zip. That's where you get them. They download to your desktop. Week 4, there is a vintage logo zip. And in each one, the very top one is where you submit the assignment. So in each week, the Dropbox, not Dropbox.com, just a Dropbox is where you submit assignments. I know I'm going over a lot of stuff, but just watch this a couple times. And I don't like PDF files. I have them for a couple assignments. You have to follow my movies. Why? Because you can rewind and rewind and rewind and rewind and see me execute the step that you need to learn how to do. So that's week 4, Dropbox and asset file in a zip. Week 5, Dropbox on top, asset file right there. See it? Now, why did I take you there? Because look, if I go to Google Drive, let me go back to let me go quickly back to, let me see. Yeah, let me go here, and let me go here, and let me go to Google Drive. Okay, so in Google Drive, I have my summer class asset file. By the end of the semester, you will have this link too. So I have placed for free, here's the Adobe Illustrator asset files. So every single one is here, and that corresponds in number to the weeks, to the weekly assignments. Okay, and 9 and 10 are the info asset files in infographic and the neon. I've made those extra credit. So that's how I've made 16 weeks into 8 weeks. So let me go back to this. Week 3 is the music icon. Week 4 is the logo. I'll show you the picture of it. Week 5 is something called Zentangle. Week 6 is the character assignment. Week 7 is the gradient mesh. Week 8 is the vector poster. Week nothing is an extra credit for infographics. Some of you who are very fast, or you want to do this after the semester is over because you need to build content for your portfolio, here are your extra credit. Neon clock, which I'll kind of show you right now. So if I go to the PDF here, you can see, let me zoom back out. Here is, let's start at the top, your path assignment, your music icons, see how cool that is, and you get to design your own. So this isn't, I didn't do these, a student did. Okay, so I wanted you to see that you're going to do and learn the basic skill behind music, how to make the path. You're going to take your pen and path capability and start drawing. Then you actually start designing things like logos. Okay, and I'm going to show you something in a few seconds on a client job that I just finished. Okay, so next week is a letter form called Zentangle, which you learn how to do clipping masks, and you put all sorts of cool graphics. This is your creativity. You don't do what I did. My name starts with a B. You can do whatever letter you have, or whatever letter you have. It doesn't have to be your name, but it can be anything, and you can put any shape you want in there, but you follow my movies to show how to do it. This one you only turn in one file. Okay, you turn in a character. You actually draw these character shapes right there. Now that's pixelated, so don't worry about it. The next one you learn gradient meshing, and I'll show you in gradient meshing a really advanced gradient mesh. Okay, just so you can see it. And then the vector poster is fun. You actually put this together with just solid shapes, and I'll show you the actual one that I did for Lucasfilm there. Okay, the infographic is extra credit, and the neon clock is extra credit. If you only get, let me go like this, if you only get to a few of these assignments this semester and you show me really, really good effort, don't worry about your grade. Remember, we're not focused on grades. We're focused on stuff. We're focused on skill, creativity, and really liking Adobe Illustrator. Okay, so download this, and I'll show you again where it is. Download this right here. It's in the upper module. Where are modules? The second one down. There is your assignment list. Okay, so download it and then read it, but read the whole PDF, because I really want to go back to Acrobat and show you in the weekly assignments here in the first day handout. It guides you through when something is due. Okay, so, and you know that I don't mean if you don't turn it in by Sunday and it's marked late, I'm not going to take any points off. Okay, and here's a really important thing. I don't care about you having to redo or fix or re-edit assignments, because I want great content for your portfolio. So I let you turn in something and then return it in, and then return it in, and then return it in. A's mean nothing. Great portfolios mean everything. Got what I mean? Okay, so follow week 5 through the extra credit one. You don't have to do the extra credit ones, but you should do the extra credit ones if you follow what I'm saying. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning of this, just so you know. Again, there's that number to call on Monday morning if you have an issue. Here are the breakdown for the weekly dates, and here are some important dates for the semester. And if you have to email me, I'll show you how to do that right now. So let's go into your class. So I'm going to click this, and I don't remember what I've done. Yes, I showed you how to get in the class, right? So on this home page, you click Canvas. In Canvas, just like this, you click this button right there, which is this third one down for courses. You won't have all these courses in there, but now you go into there and you have it. So now I'm going to go to I forgot what I was going to go to. So, oh, well, I'll remember that in a second, because I want you to see, oh, I know what I was going to do. In the first page here, on the very first page, there are some movies that I want you to see, and I'm not going to put these links. I really want you to see my introduction movie and my portfolio movie. They are in the first day handout. So download the first day handout. Where is it? It's right there. Actually, I will put the links in, because I'm going to send this to you the weekend before the class starts. So I will send you these 2 links. Okay, so you can watch the portfolio movie. But here's my portfolio movie. So I click it, and I'm going to expand it to full screen, and we're just going to listen to me for a second. Just a second. Now listen to some of my words here. I built that in Adobe After Effects.
I am creating this movie so that you can can see my graphic portfolio, my love of teaching, and my love of writing. I have been a professional for over 40 years in the commercial art field, and I love what I do. I absolutely...
So, please watch the 2 links. The intro movie, okay? I'll even put the link for this movie in there, so there will actually be 3 links. It'll be this movie, an introduction to all my classes movie, and a Brian Sorio movie, just so you can know everything about me and how important things are. Okay, so what I want to do now is show you a couple things in Illustrator. So this is a client job. Let me click to this tab, and you see how I have 2 tabs open. You don't have to remember any of these quick keys. Okay, see how I have 2 tabs open? If I hit Command or Control and the key above the tab key, see it? The key above the tab key is called the tilde key. It's to the left of the number 1. I can go back and forth between these 2 files. See, I don't have to click a tab. I'm very much into shortcuts and quick keys. Now, I'm going to zoom in because I did this for a client just this last week. Here is the reference layer, and I want to zoom in so you see how pixelated that is. So that is what I used to redo. This client didn't have the original artwork, and I needed to redo it. So I did it, and it only took about 4 hours to do, and here is my finished one. Now look, I can zoom in here and I can come really close. What does vector mean? Illustrator is Adobe. Adobe Illustrator is based on vector. What is vector based on? It's based on mathematics. A ratio of 1 to 1 is the same as 100 to 100 is the same as 1,000 to 1,000. So I can zoom in on this and there will be no pixels. Now contrary to that, Photoshop, which this is a Photoshop JPEG, is based on raster, which is a fixed set of pixels. So you can't improve it. So if I zoom in on the same thing, you can see how pixelated that gets. So Adobe Illustrator is an amazing tool that you can make a ton of money on. Okay, and I will go through this semester and I will show you just how much money you can make on Adobe Illustrator. Now this is a very in-depth gradient mesh Adobe Illustrator job. So I'm going to turn off the space background at the moment. Let it turn off. I'm going to turn off Leia, but before I do that, I want you to see how clean Illustrator can be. That's amazing. I mean, that is amazing. How many hours did this one take? This one was done for Lucasfilm for their 25th celebration 25th anniversary celebration series of posters. Now I am going to click on Leia's face with a direct selection tool. Let me make sure everything is unlocked, which it is, and now I should be able to go in and unlock everything in that subfolder. You can see the subfolder, and now if I click on this face, you can absolutely see, although I'm not quite sure why that's not clicking. Let me just grab it. Now, that is a gradient mesh of her face. Okay, now I'm going to go through just for a quick second here, and I'm going to back off because I'm going to show you how Illustrator works. Okay, so let's turn off Han for a minute. Let me find him here. Okay, let me turn off Han completely. So now Han is gone, right? And let's now open up Leia's, turn off her arm, her right arm. Let me move this over so you can see what I'm clicking right here. And I'm almost done this assignment. Why am I showing you this? Not to intimidate you. Absolutely not. I'm showing you this so you can see, and I'm just going to click on off all of these things here. So I'm turning off right now her eyebrows, her hair front, her ears. I'm turning them off. I'm turning off the texture on her face, the right eye, the left eye. Let's zoom in. I'm turning off her mouth, her face itself, and I'll turn off the rest of that material. Now I'll turn the face back on so you can see that that is the gradient mesh that I actually built for her. Okay? And it starts as one simple shape and works its way to that. Now, look at how I can turn the face off, turn on the right eye, the left eye, turn on the right eye, and now look at how it blends right into the face. That is amazing. Illustrator is amazing. I'm not amazing. Illustrator's amazing. Illustrator can do so very much. How are those eyes done? If I turn off the left eye and go into the left eye, look at how there's a pupil. You see that? An inner eye and the outer surface. So now I'll marquee this so you can see all of the gradient mesh shapes in there. All of these points that are on the outside, they simply blend into the same color that the face has. So now, whoops, let me click on this. Now you can see how you can't see the edge. I know that looks weird, doesn't it? Let me turn on the white of her eye, and then, oh, she looks kind of sick there, and now there's her face. I can do the same thing with Han. So I'm going to turn this off here, and I want you to see something based on Illustrator looking so real. Why does Illustrator look so real there? The answer is, and let me open up Han, open up this, unlock everything there. Actually, I'm glad I turned that off. And let me turn off his, let me find the texture, right there. So texture, look at how in his face, right there, it looks like a rubber mannequin. Okay, I have movies based on this. Look at how I'm that doesn't look good right now. It must be a screen display. And oh no, I just had to zoom in a little bit. So now look at how he has, let me back off. For some reason, an Illustrator needs to have updates all the time. Okay, let me turn on everything so you can see it's all intact. All right, and if I can zoom in, I have to zoom in that far to see his texture on his face. So if I turn off this, you can see he doesn't have any texture. So if I turn off the face, you're going to see now me turn on the texture, and you can see just how, I don't know why it's only a screen display that's turning out kind of weird like, which is fine, I don't care. So I just wanted you to see just how amazing Adobe Illustrator can be. So it is a complete, for those of you that don't understand how important it is to work with Photoshop and Illustrator together, they work as a tandem. So let me close this file and not save it, and then I'll do the same thing with this and not save it, and then you're going to see my portfolio as it goes on the screen here on this portfolio movie. Welcome to this semester. On Monday morning, should you have a problem, okay, look what you're going to do. I'm going to click back on the Canvas class, and I'm going to click on email. Right here is the inbox. So when you load your class and you need to send me a message, click on the inbox. You see this icon right there? Click it. It's compose a new message. Now select your course. So I'll go to my summer course right there. You click the little people icon over here, and you can choose teachers. And now choose Brian Sorial. And then type your message. It could be question on assignment 1, or 2, or 3, or 4. So now send me a message. You can even, listen to this, attach your Illustrator file to this message, no matter how big it is, no matter how large it is in memory, so that I can open up your file, see what the problem is, and I'll send you back a movie in my reply that you can follow and get right back to work. Why does an online class work? How can this work possibly well? Well, you know how an on-ground class is like Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday? What if you had a question on Thursday night? You'd have to wait until Tuesday morning to get an answer, but not so. You send me an email with your movie, and I can send you back the answer Friday morning. Got it? So you're back to work right away. That's why we can get so much done in this online semester, specifically because I have all those movies for you to use. And that's really important. So send me an email if you have to. Remember, please, that in your class, let me go back to your course, in your class is everything that is set. And if I have done something, if one of the links doesn't work, just let me know. Okay, if one of the links to the movies don't work, just let me know. I'll fix it, and life is good. Okay, so on the very first week, please go to week 1 and watch this movie. Watch me first. Week 1 is very important. Watch it. It'll guide you through how to do everything in this week, including, and I'm going to bring it up very quickly, here is your Illustrator test that you have to take. Now, let me show you what it's going to look like. So you're going to study all of these. I mean, it's easy to cheat, right? Just to have this in front of you. I would hope that you wouldn't cheat, but here is the exact thing. I'm just going to bring it up and show you the multiple choice quiz. Here it is, and I'll preview it the way you see it. So here's the way you see it. So choose the keyboard shortcut for the direct selection tool. Well, I'll tell you right now it's the A key, okay? It's the top one because it's the letter A. I won't give you any more than that, but I just answer all of these and try not to have the PDF open next to you. Okay, so let's go back to modules. Welcome to my class. Let me know what you think. Send me an email on what you think of what I've said, on what you think of my portfolio movie, and how excited you are for the semester. It's all about creativity and content. Okay, grades are secondary. But if you worry about creativity and content, your grade will take care of itself. So welcome, and we'll talk.